Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And, Spirit's having me going to 2nd 15th chapter. All right, we must continue to bring this out. All right, we're definitely living in these times. All right, and it's beautiful to see, it playing out in real time. All right, things that were written aforetime, because the Lord's counsel will stand. His words do not go out void. He said, this, these things will happen. And now that we're seeing them, it just further solidifies our faith. All right, and what we're a part of, our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, so, now is not the time to get weary. All right, we continue to, do what the Lord requires of us, exhort one another daily, edify, let all things be done unto edification. And, let's bring this out. All right, the first, 17, 18 verses, it goes in, man. This is 2nd chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So if we claim ourselves to be prophets, what are you supposed to be doing? Prophesying. But are we just prophesying of just any old thing? No. All right, the prophecies that were already written aforetime. Like it says in Habakkuk, second chapter, for the vision is for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come. It will not tarry. Fucking cackling nigga woman. But now we're in a time where it's speaking. All right, the prophecies that were written. All right, us waking back up to our heritage. First of all, us discontinuing from our heritage. All right, but us waking up to our heritage. All right, this devil being revealed now. All right, even Grok, which is Elon Musk, AI platform or whatever. The shit went full little mustache man mode, man. So they having to tweak the shit. All right, and just like the video I did, a couple days ago on Chat GPT, all right, it's you start asking the right questions, and according to the Bible, all right, those people in the land do not match up with the Israelites of the Old Testament. All right, so things are being revealed. So we're speaking to our people. Who are our people? The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that have been scattered. All right, we've been scattered all over the world. All right, you also have Israelites that look like other nations. That's why it's not a black thing, okay? And it's not a white thing. All right, it's according to your seed line. And, it don't matter how many times we bring that out. Niggas are still going to be carnal, all right? These Edomites are still going to be, oh, you hate white people. No, we hate Edomites. All right, not every white person is an Edomite, just like not every black person is an Israelite. You have tares. All right, there's been centuries of mixing and mingling. All right, but your seed line goes back to your father. All right, and you're an Israelite if you're according to your father's lineage, goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's what the Lord had the prophets of old do. All right, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So some of these same prophets are back on earth today. Now, we don't know who's who, all right, but are reading these prophecies that they might have written, in times past. All right, and now we're seeing it with our own eyes, which just confirms that everything that the Lord had these men write were faithful and true. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, which speak against thee. And these people imagine to shut us up. All right. These elites, they imagine to kill us. All right. So we don't fear. The Lord told us not to fear. All right. And let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right. They're trying to discredit us. They're trying to say we're wrong. We're racist. We're in a cult. All right. Whatever they try to say, man. All right. But the Lord told us not to fear. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right, and that's plain. You don't believe? Like it says in Romans, the 3rd chapter, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? You know? No. Scripture said, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. So if we're speaking this truth according to the portion that the Lord has blessed us with, all right, then hey, so what if you don't believe? You're gonna die in your disbelief. Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And we've seen an uptick in calamities and destruction going on, man. From all these flash floods popping up everywhere to, you having these tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes. All right, and these death angels is out here running rampant, man. All these shootings, you got car crashes, people dying in car crashes and stuff. All right, so the Lord is bringing these plagues upon the world. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So now we're getting to the point where their hurtful works, they've done all the wickedness they could pretty much do. All right, they didn't allow, moles to marry each other. They got our women all out of order, the men all being degenerates and shit. So, all right, so it's accomplished. So the Lord about to take them out of the way. Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord. Verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as concerning their wickedness, or it's like as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So, those that the souls of the just, all right, which, we're the souls of the just, all right, on the earth. All right, but you have, the Israelites in the spirit world complaining to the Heavenly Father continually. When you going to take this devil down? When you going to take him out of power? All right, and the Lord's going to do it when in his timing. But according to the prophecies coming to pass, we know that it's close. All right, this devil has bounds that he cannot pass. All right, so the Lord is he's visiting these devils. Verse 9, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Because this devil just been slaughtering, man. All right, he got to be taken out of the way. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is talking about current Egypt, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. The land of our captivity, the land of our bondage. And we're still in bondage. We're still prisoners of war here. All right, just because we can, go work a job and, you can get with a woman and, you can have a nice house and a nice car and shit like that, don't mean you're not a slave, man. All right, we're still in bondage. Just because they give Jake a damn NBA contract or a damn record deal, all right, don't mean your ass still ain't a slave, man. That nigga Young Dolph had a song called Rich Slave, It says, verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and will smite Egypt with plagues as before. So that's why we're seeing these different strange calamities happening upon this place again, because now the Lord is smiting Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. That's how we know it's not speaking about ancient Egypt, over there in the land of Ham. It's speaking about this modern Egypt. All right, it's speaking about America. The Lord is going to destroy all of this land thereof in the Third World War, when the nations launch their thermonuclear missiles, all right, from the four corners of the earth and pelt America, Babylon the Great. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. All right, and once again, the words of the Lord do not go out void. The Lord is going to destroy this place. And that's why the Lord is commanding us to blow the trumpet, sound the alarm, and tell Jake to wake up, to seek the Lord while he may be found, and call you upon him while he is near. All right, because once, the Lord makes an end of us speaking, all right, straight judgment is going to ensue. All right, verse 13, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, because this is something that's coming upon everybody. You had Ricky Smiley, Talking about some, because now they see that eventually, all right, the Trump administration and ICE and all this shit, they gonna turn from the Northern Kingdom and they gonna turn on the Southern Kingdom. They're already starting that with the so-called Haitians, which is the tribe of Levi. All right, but eventually they're gonna go for Judah, man. All right, it's gonna be an all-out assault. All right, so you think you're gonna leave America and not still face judgment? No, it's coming upon the world. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, they're gonna have swords in their hands. What's the modern day sword? The gun. All right, you about to see a total uprising. All right, of these Edomites, man, because now their country has been taken. They said there is no Epstein list. All right, because Trump is on it. All right, you had all these MAGA supporters, seeing that even their benefits, things that were supposed to help them, is getting taken away with the cut of Medicaid and all this shit. And they got AI videos that's poking fun at it, so that these elites can line their own pockets. So there's going to be a violent uprising. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. That's what we're coming to. When these tariffs start really taking effect, hyperinflation ensues. All right. See, right now, people still got football and basketball and baseball and all these fucking sports and shit to pacify them. But when the Lord fully takes all these things away, all right, they're gonna turn up. All right, when your 401ks get touched, when your auto loans go upside down, when your mortgages go upside down, you people gonna take to the streets. So there's gonna be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, so you're not gonna regard your local councilmen, your local congressmen, your local mayors or governors, all right, or even the president. Okay, it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It's going to be lawlessness, anarchy, because they do want to bring order out of chaos. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, martial law is going to be declared, where they're going to cut, they're going to piece up America into 10 FEMA regions. In Revelation, it speaks about the 10th part of the city. So it's going to be, right now there's 50 states, but eventually it's going to be broken up into FEMA zones. And there's going to be checkpoints and shit. They're already starting that with ICE. They're checking people to see if they got papers and all that, man. In places where there's a heavy population of Northern Kingdom. And the Northern Kingdom are already in Jacob's trouble, man. They have military troops on the ground, Marines and shit on the ground in LA, on the streets of LA. And just because nothing might not be going on in your neck of the woods at the moment, best believe it's coming. Many diverse judgments. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And if men are going to be afraid, as we always mention, how much less or how much more the women are going to be afraid. So if men are going to be afraid, all right, you think women are going to be, oh, I'm a woman, hear me roar? No. Especially when they get their comforts taken away from them. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So there's famines coming. There's going to be a lack of bread. All right, so they're not going to have pity on their neighbors, man. You had John and Tom, they linking up. Oh, I'm going to show you, let me show you my gun safe, man. Let me show you my pantry. You got these preppers and shit out here. Hey, these people gonna know where to go. All right, because they were preparing, but they weren't doing it discreetly. So when the shit hits the fan, they gonna know John got all the snacks, so to speak, man. We going to John shit, man. And if you don't want to open up, we gonna take it. They showed you a little bit of that in the movie The Road, but also the movie Leave the World Behind. It's gonna be every man for himself. All right, people, you're going to have these militias and shit riding around. All right, but they're going to be out here pillaging. All right, verse 19 again, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, all right, of famine, and for great tribulation. All right, and the Lord is bringing this great tribulation. The Lord is bringing this. This is part of the end of Babylon, America. And we're seeing it. We're living it day by day. Trump, every time we, every day goes by, Trump just doing some other shit, man. All right, like yesterday, apparently, Trump was speaking with, I guess, the president of Liberia, I think, which Liberia, it was an American colony. It might have been an American colony or something like that. But either way, English is the official language. This nigga Trump got the nerve. He's so damn ignorant, and racist that he said, "Oh, where'd you learn to speak English so well?" Not knowing that it's the official language of Liberia. He thinking they speaking, how Ham be speaking. Just show you, man, this devil, he's that cruel Lord, man. He don't give a fuck. He putting tariffs on everything, on everybody, and eventually through the spirit, all right, he's gonna. Hey, he didn't even remember Japan's prime minister's name. He called him Mr. Japan, man. So these nations gonna turn up against Trump, man. He's creating a lot of enemies on a worldwide scale. And like Apostle the Heart was doing a video on, about Trump, ushering in World War III. He's got these nations, turning against America because of his fucking ignorance and their greed and the greed of the Edomite. And Trump is the perfect embodiment of a fucking proud ass devil, man. And he's doing his job. He's doing his job, man. But all right, we're living in this, man. All right, as well as 2 Ezra 16 chapter. All right, we're living in these times. So hey, we got to continue to stay prayed up, continue to do what we've been doing. And we know that one day we're going to wake up and, hey, our videos not going to be on the internet no more. Our videos aren't going to be, we're not going to be able to go on the highways and hedges. Our videos won't be readily accessible. It's going to be a media blackout at some point, according to Amos the 8th chapter, 11 verse, 11 and 12. So we, continue to get this truth while you can. All right, so stay prayed up, man. All right, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakradash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time.